Hi, Nigel here, and I want to talk about something today that is, excuse me, specifically something that I see in mediation situations, although I think it affects all of us all of the time. And what I want to talk about is wearing armour. So let me say a little bit about this. When I do a mediation, let's say I'm doing a mediation between two people, what happens is that I meet the people individually and then I bring them together into a room with me and we have a conversation. And one of the images that operates for me is that when the people come into the room, and often in the individual conversations, it feels like they enter the room wearing a suit of armour. And my thinking and my understanding about this and how I see it in myself is that what has occurred is that people have been hurt. There have been a sequence of incidents at different moments and different times, and they've been hurt. And what often happens is we get hurt and we turn to somebody and we go, "Oh, that hurt. Why did you do that? I didn't like that." We have the conversation, that's the end of the issue. Where we don't do that, and where the hurt is significant, or perhaps where there's a power difference and we feel unable to express our hurt, what happens is we put some armour on. We protect ourselves from further hurt. And I have no judgment about that. I see myself doing it all the time. I think many of us do it. We protect ourselves because we don't like being hurt. What happens though is the next time we see that person that may have caused some hurt for us, they bump into us in some way and they see our armour. They get a bit hurt by that. They get a bit surprised, a bit shocked by that, and they react to our armour. And sometimes they get hurt and they put a little bit of armour on. And the cycle continues back and forth until we put lots of armour on. And what that means for me in the mediation room is that when people come into the room, they're both wearing suits of armour. Sometimes they're on horses carrying shields and swords. They're very, very well protected. And from their perspective, the armour is keeping them safe. But what they see in the other person is danger, is somebody who's aggressive, is somebody who's very scary to them. And occasionally, not always, but occasionally what happens in the process of mediation, or certainly the type of mediation that I do, is that somebody will take the risk of removing a little bit of their armour. It might be a gauntlet, it might be a helmet, and what that invites in the other person is the possibility of the other person removing a little bit of their armour. Doesn't always happen, but often it does. If somebody can show a little bit of their hurt, a little bit of their vulnerability, that can offer the opportunity for the other person to show a little bit of theirs. It doesn't always work, but it often does. And so my thought to you is, what armour are you wearing? Pay attention to it. It's good to have armour. We need protection. And at the same time, where might some of our armour be getting in our way? What might be useful for you to do to perhaps, I don't know, take the risk of just taking a gauntlet off, just taking a little bit off and seeing what happens. See if that leads to a slightly different type of interaction with that other person. That's it for now.